Got a nagging feeling you should be teaching your kids about money, but the whole idea just feels overwhelming? Like, where do you even start with concepts like compound interest or diversification when they're still arguing about who gets the last cookie? If that's you, then you're in the right place. Because today, we're going to demystify the process of teaching kids about money, not with boring lectures or complicated textbooks, but with a super accessible, incredibly practical tool, Acorns Early. We all want our kids to be financially savvy, to understand the value of a dollar, the power of saving, and the magic of investing. We want them to avoid the financial pitfalls many of us stumbled into, to build a secure future, and to have the freedom that comes with financial literacy. But let's be honest, talking about money can feel awkward, even for adults. It's often seen as a taboo subject, something best left unspoken or dealt with behind closed doors. This cultural silence around money is a big part of the problem. If we don't talk about it, our kids don't learn about it, and they're left to figure it out on their own, often through trial and error, and sometimes expensive errors. Think about it. From the moment they ask for their first toy, to wanting that latest video game, or eyeing those expensive sneakers, kids are constantly interacting with money, even if they don't fully grasp its mechanics. They see us spending, they hear us talk about bills, and they undoubtedly pick up on our financial anxieties, whether we express them or not. So, the question isn't if they'll encounter money, but how they'll learn to manage it. And that's where we, as parents and guardians, come in. We have a golden opportunity, a responsibility even, to equip them with the knowledge and skills they need to navigate the financial world confidently. Traditional financial education often kicks in much later, if at all, in formal schooling. And by then, many ingrained habits, good or bad, have already formed. The beauty of starting early is that you can build a strong foundation, creating positive money habits from a young age that will serve them throughout their lives. Imagine your child understanding the difference between wants and needs, the power of delayed gratification, or the simple concept that money can work for them. These aren't just financial lessons, they're life lessons that foster responsibility, patience, and a forward-thinking mindset. Now, you might be thinking, that all sounds great, but I'm not a financial expert. How am I supposed to teach my kids about stocks and bonds? And that's perfectly valid. Most of us aren't certified financial advisors. That's why we're going to explore Acorns Early, a tool designed precisely to simplify this process for both parents and kids. It's not about turning your 5-year-old into a stock market guru overnight. It's about creating a tangible, accessible way for them to understand the basic principles of saving and investing, in a way that feels less like a chore and more like an exciting journey. So, what exactly is Acorns Early? Well, if you're familiar with Acorns, the micro-investing app that rounds up your everyday purchases and invests the spare change, then you're already halfway there. Acorns Early is essentially a custodial investment account designed specifically for children. What's a custodial account, you ask? It's an investment account managed by an adult, the custodian, which would be you, for the benefit of a minor, your child. When your child reaches the age of majority, typically 18 or 21, the assets in the account are transferred to them. It's a fantastic way to start building a nest egg for their future, whether it's for college, a first car, or simply a head start in life. But Acorns Early isn't just about stashing money away. It's about providing a tangible, visual representation of money growing. This is crucial for kids. Concepts like interest or returns can feel abstract. But seeing their early account balance slowly but surely increase, especially when you explain why it's increasing, can be incredibly motivating and educational. It connects the dots between saving today and having more tomorrow. Let's break down how Acorns Early can be a game changer in your family's financial education journey. First, and perhaps most importantly, it makes investing accessible. You don't need a huge lump sum to get started. Acorns' core philosophy is micro-investing. This means you can invest small amounts regularly, even just a few dollars a week. This set-it-and-forget-it approach is perfect for busy parents. You can link your credit or debit cards and have Acorns automatically round up your purchases to the nearest dollar, investing the difference into your child's early account. Imagine buying a coffee for $3.50, and 50 cents automatically goes into their investment. These small amounts, consistently invested, can add up significantly over time thanks to the power of compounding. And that brings us to a fundamental concept you can introduce: compounding. It sounds complex, but it's essentially earning returns on your initial investment and on the accumulated returns from previous periods. Think of it like a snowball rolling downhill. It starts small but gathers more and more snow as it goes, becoming larger and larger. With Acorns Early, you can literally show your child how those small roundups, over months and years, can turn into a much larger sum. See, honey? That 50 cents from our coffee last week, plus all the other small amounts, is now growing bigger and bigger all by itself. This tangible demonstration of compounding is far more effective than any textbook explanation. Beyond the roundups, Acorns Early also allows for recurring deposits. This is where you can truly reinforce the habit of regular saving. You can set up a weekly or monthly transfer directly from your bank account into your child's early account. Even if it's just $5 or $10 a week, consistency is key. This introduces the idea of delayed gratification, choosing to save some money now for a bigger reward later. You can tie this to their allowance or money they receive for chores or gifts. Instead of all of it going towards immediate wants, encourage them to put a portion into their early account for their future goals. Another huge benefit is the simplified diversification. Acorns invests in diversified portfolios of exchange-traded funds, ETFs. What does that mean in plain English for a kid? It means their money isn't just in one thing, like a single company's stock, which can be risky. Instead, it's spread across many different companies and industries. You can explain this by saying, instead of putting all your toys in one basket, we're putting them in many different baskets. That way, if one basket falls over, we still have lots of other toys safe in the other baskets. This introduces the concept of spreading risk without getting bogged down in complex financial jargon. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.